Yeah, Sarah, that's right. The president is going to sign an executive order, the White House says, as soon as today, regarding a whole category of visas for foreign workers coming into the United States. They're going to press pause on a lot of these visas for foreign workers coming into the United States because of the high unemployment rate in the United States. They say, senior administration officials saying they want to see an America first economic recovery that starts with Americans. So to do that, they're going to pause until December 31st a whole variety of visas, including H-1B, H-4, H-2 visas, excluding those people in food industries, they say. Also paused until the end of the year, J visas and L visas. So a lot of different categories of workers and their families here are going to be impacted by this, including, by the way, au pairs, who senior administration officials said that is a job category that is on this list that is going to be paused between now and the end of the year. They're also envisioning here a change in the way the H-1B program works. They're going to prioritize the highest paid workers and instead of a lottery, dole those out to the highest paid workers in order of salaries. So presumably the most in-demand workers will have the highest salaries, and so therefore those people will be, once that program is restarted, eligible for those H-1B visas. So what they're saying here is about 525,000 people will be impacted by this decision to pause these visas. That's how many people would be impacted, would be expected to take advantage of those visa programs between now and the end of the year. I asked a senior administration official if they'd briefed the business community on this, the Chamber of Commerce or any of those types of groups. The official said no. Those folks are learning about this along with everybody else. Of course, there have been some reports about this earlier. Arkela Taushi mentioned some of these very categories on the air on Friday, but now the administration is saying the president is going to sign that executive order, and he's going to do it today. Back over to you guys.
It's a lot of people affected here, Eamon. If they're estimating 500,000 people, is this, I mean, do you have more on the motivation behind this? Is this seen as a political move?
What they're saying is the administration wants the economic recovery as it begins and people begin to be rehired. They want that to be preserved for Americans. So they don't want foreign workers coming in and taking those jobs. If companies are hiring, they want them to be hiring Americans. And because of the sky-high unemployment that we've seen right now, they say at the White House that they want all of those people to start to be hired first before you see foreign workers coming in and taking jobs. So au pairs, everything from au pairs to software engineers would presumably be impacted by these types of visas.
I presume, Eamon, that renewals of those types of visas would be separate, i.e., you wouldn't be frog-marched out of the country just because you had one of those types of visas. I'm not, by the way, speaking for myself, though fortunately you didn't read out my visa type there, so I'm lucky. But my point being is I presume this is for fresh
We have to
entrants.
keep you, Wilfred.
Well, you're stuck with me, I'm afraid.
That's
I
right.
guess is the better way of framing it. But I presume this is only fresh jobs from people who haven't currently moved into the U.S. as opposed to extensions of existing visas of the types you read out.
That's right. And I've got to also emphasize here that all we have on this so far is a conference call with senior administration officials and reporters, which just wrapped up a couple of minutes ago. We haven't seen anything in writing yet from the administration on this. We haven't seen the text of the executive order yet. And reporters on the call asked if the president has already signed this executive order, if it's something he's going to do today. We didn't get an answer to that. So we're in the preliminary stages of reporting this out. So we'll bring you more detail as we get all of that in writing from the White House and the text of the executive order when they make that public. That'll give us a lot more clarity on exactly who's affected here, but they do tell us about 525,000 people in total expected to be impacted by this until the end of the year, and then presumably the visa process will kick in again. This is being billed as a temporary pause now to these visa categories, guys.